Good evening, everybody. My name is Abby, and welcome to Sports Betting Picks Top Plays and Props for the NBA. Thank you for joining me. Again, we're going to go over top props of the day and just briefly skim through some of the other games. I know we had our beat the number this morning for the to get ahead of the number and get ahead of get ahead of the number for the totals for the over unders and for the spreads. But there might be some other games here that may have some value here that you can capitalize on if you didn't get a chance to this morning. We're gonna start off with the props though, and we're gonna deal with the first game for the props. Some prop ideas. Atlanta at Detroit. So we're gonna discuss the props for this one. Atlanta at Detroit. Let's see. So we're going to look at Cade Cunningham. We'll take a look at that. Let's get to that one. Just bear with me for a moment while we get to that. All right, so Cade Cunningham. Let's see. For me, it's got to be points and assists. Cade Cunningham, I like the points and assists. The clearing number is 37.5. He's cleared this number 3 the last 5 times. The last game he was on 37 points, so he missed it by about 1 point. I think he clears this number. So I like that one a lot. Points and assists, over 37.5, Cade Cunningham. Of course, you got to do the Trae Young. Trae Young is the play here for assists, over 10.5 assists. He's cleared this number in the last game. The game before he had 10 assists, but I believe, and that's due because he had an injury, he had a hamstring injury, so his production went down a little bit in terms of the assists. However, I like this spot here. I like him here for over 10.5 assists. And for 3-point shooting, I like him for the 3-point shooting as well, over 2.5. Last game he had 5 against Indiana, 5 3-pointers. The games before he had 2 and 2. I think he clears this number again at over 2.5 3-pointers. I like that one. Detroit. Of course, I like Malik Beasley. He's been Mr. Consistent for scoring. 15.5 points. I like him to clear this number. He's cleared this number for the last 5 games. Last game he had 19 points. I expect him to do the same thing. Let's look here. I would look at
Alert.
Dyson Daniels, points, rebounds, and assists, over 24.5. He's cleared this number 3 the last 5 times. Now, he had 31 the last game. Now, and I think that continues. I guess him and Trae Young are gonna be having the rock a lot. So I expect Dyson Daniels to clear points, rebounds, and assists over. Let's see. Let me get that correct. Get over 24.5. Let's see. Nothing else for this game. That's it. That's all for this game. Nothing else. That's all the props for this game. Next game, Washington, Charlotte. We're not going to bother with that. Those are 2 bad teams. I don't see any value there for props. Houston, New York, we're going to look at next game here. As you know, Fred VanVleet is out of the lineup for this game. So we're going to look at Alprin Seguin, Amin Thompson, and Jalen Green for props. Let's see. See if we see any value. Points and rebounds for Jalen Green. I like this one here. The clearing number is 28.5. He's cleared this number for the last 5 games, including 3 straight games. He's cleared this number. So I like points and rebounds for Jalen Green. That's a good one. Alprin Seguin. I like Alfred Seguin points in, let me see. Points and rebounds. I like him here at 27.5. Points and rebounds combined. I think he clears this number. He missed the last 2 games, but before then he had 28. He cleared it. He hit it. He had 28 points and rebounds. He had 28. So I believe him with Van Fleet gone. His production's going to go up a bit, and I believe he clears this number at 28.5 or 27.5. Excuse me, points rebounds 27.5. Amin Thompson. Points and assists over 21.5. He's cleared this number 3 the last 5 games. Last game he had an off game. He didn't clear it. But I expect him to clear it in this game. That's Amin Thompson. On the Knicks side, look at Jalen Brunson. Let's see. Jalen Brunson over 6.5 assists. The last time he had, he's cleared this number 3 the last 5 times, including the last 2 games. Last 2 games, 7 assists against the Lakers, and the game before he had 15. So I expect him to continue on that streak. That's Brunson. Let's see. We'll look at Karl Anthony Towns. We're going to look at I will look at, let me see. This brings me from, I'm looking for the best number here. Yeah, I think Towns bounces back over 23.5 points. I like him here. The last 2 games he hasn't cleared the number. I think he clears it tonight in a big game against Houston. So I like him here over 23.5 points. Karl Anthony Towns. That's another good prop. Mikal Bridges. Let's see. Let me see, Bridges. Yeah, I don't see anything else. That's all for the Knicks. That's all I see for the props. Nothing else there. Yeah, that's it. I'm not seeing anything else. San Antonio, Memphis. Look at some. Wemby's ill, but I believe he's going to play. And I would look at rebounds. I like Wemby over 11.5 rebounds. He's cleared this number 3 the last 5 games. So I like him here. I like Wemby for rebounds. And yeah, I like the rebounds here. Rebounds, I like that. And of course, Chris Paul over 7.5 assists. He's cleared this number in 2 of the last 5 games. Last game he had 7. He fell short by a point. I expected to bounce back here and get over 7 assists. I like that. The better one, I would say, if you have to choose, I'd say points and rebounds for Chris Paul. I mean, sorry. What am I saying? Points and assists. Excuse me. Points and assists for Chris Paul. The clearing number is 17.5. He's cleared this number 3 the last 5 games. The last 2 games he had 21 combined and 19 combined. So that I like that one. But I wouldn't talk you off the other prop as well that I mentioned for over 7. Let me see. Hold on. Make sure I got the right one. Hold on. Yeah, I wouldn't talk you off over 7.5 assists. I wouldn't talk you off of that at all. That's another one to look at. On the Memphis side, looks like Morant is going to play. What I'm seeing. Let's see. The best options is points. Morant over 21.5 points. I would lean that way. Don't know if I'll get to the window with it, but I would do that. Or what you can do, let's see. I'd say I would say points and rebounds. Points and rebounds over 26.5. I like that angle. Points and rebounds over 26.5 for John Morant. I like that angle. Either that angle, or you can take that angle, or you can take the points straight up 21.5. Either one's good for John Morant. Yeah, I don't really see. Let me see if I see anything else. Okay, so Zach Edey. This is a good one. Zach Edey, points and rebounds over 16.5 points. I like this. I like him to clear this number. He's cleared this number four out of the last 5 games. Points and rebounds, Zach Edey over 16.5. That's a great one. So I like that one there. Next game is Sacramento at Minnesota. Now, we talked about this morning on the Beat the Numbers show, NBA Morning Edition. We talked about a Malik Monk prop. So I did find one here for points. So Malik Monk over 20.5 points. I love that prop. He's cleared this number 2 of the last 5 games. However, the last game he had 19 points. He missed it by about 2 points. I expect him now with De'Aaron Fox or DeAndre Fox gone from Sacramento, and that was with San Antonio. I expect Monk to get the ball even more in his hands and have more opportunities to clear this number. So I like it a lot. Over 20.5 points, Malik Monk. That's one of my top props of the day. One of my favorite props of the day. That one's top of the list. If you're looking for other props, Minnesota, you have I go with Anthony Edwards over 3.5 3-pointers. He sat out last game. He didn't play, was sick against Washington. The game before he had 6 3-pointers. I expect him to clear this number over 3.5 with the rest. And I like the rebounds. Rebounds over 5.5 rebounds. He had 2 straight games where he went over 5.5 rebounds. The last game against the Washington Wizards, he sat out. He did not play, but he will be back tonight. Yeah, that's my play. That's my play for that game. I would say that. Let's see here. Domantas Sabonis. The best prop is assists and rebounds over 21.5. He's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 games. The last game he had an off game, so he didn't clear it. He had 12. So I expect him to bounce back here to clear this number over 21.5. Assists and rebounds. Dantis Sabonis. I like that one. That's a very good one. On the Minnesota side, we only talked about Edwards. Let's see who else. Let's see. Gonna take Rudy Gobert over 11.5 rebounds. He's cleared this number 2 of the last 5 games, but he had 16 last game. I think that carries over to this game. Over 11.5 rebounds, Rudy Gobert. I like that one. Mike Conley, the best prop for him is over 1.5 3-pointers. He averages about a little over 2 per game. Last game he had 2 3-pointers. I expect him to clear this number again. Yeah, that's it for that game. Nothing else stands out. Yeah, that's it for that one. On the Bucks side, Milwaukee versus Oklahoma City. So Milwaukee's on a back-to-back, so I'm not sure who to trust here for props from that team. So I'll give you a few of them here. Isaiah Hartelstein for OKC. I like him here over 15.5 assists and rebounds. He's cleared this number in 3 straight games. That is Isaiah Hartelstein. Isaiah Hartelstein. I like that one. That's a good prop for OKC. Shea Alexander, the best prop for him, I would say, is, let's see. I'm going to go with his points. Shea's points over 34.5 points. The last game he had 29, so I expect him to have a big game against Milwaukee, against a fatigued Milwaukee Buck team that played the night before. And remember, he's hit this in 3 of his last 5 games. The last game he had 29 points. He missed it by about 6 points. I expect a bounce back effort from him to clear the number. So I expect that. Like I said, on the Milwaukee side, no good props there. Those guys are fatigued. Last game, Orlando at Golden State. Let me see if I see a prop in this one. I don't think I see a prop. The only thing I would say for this game, I don't have any props for that game, but the only thing I would say, Orlando team total under 105.5. That's, I would definitely go with that. Definitely bet that one. And Golden State money line. I mentioned that earlier this morning. Golden State money line. I like that. Now for the Pelicans game, Pelicans versus Denver. We do have a prop here. I mentioned to you this morning, if you had watched the Beat the Number NBA edition, NBA show. We mentioned we're not going to touch the side or the total for the Pelicans and the Denver game. We are going to go with a prop. So the best prop on the board, Nikola Jokic. Jokic over 10.5 assists. That's a good one to get. He's gotten a double-double in 9 of his last 10 games, except against the Knicks last Wednesday. So he's 5 of the last 6 games, he's cleared this number up 10.5. So he's been pretty consistent here. So I like this angle here for Jokic over 10.5 assists. I like that angle a lot. Very, very good angle. And we have Indiana at Utah. I don't have a prop for this game. However, I do like, let's see. Let me get an updated number here. Yeah, I do like, let's see. Yeah, I like the over 242.5, 241.5. Over at Utah, at Indiana. I like that angle. That's a good angle to take. Now for the last game, Portland at Phoenix. Oh, and I mentioned Utah plus 6.5. I think I mentioned that to you already. I like that a lot. Utah plus 6.5 at home against Indiana. And then Portland, Phoenix, I mentioned to you, I like Portland plus 5, even 5.5 is better, if you can get it. Right now we're seeing 5s come up. I don't see a 5.5. I see 1 5.5 at BetMGM. That's it. Everything else is 5, even 5. I like Phoenix here. I'm going to go with Phoenix and the points plus 5, 5.5. For a prop for this game, let's see what I can find here for a good prop. I can't, let me see. I would look at points, rebounds, and assists for Anthony Simons. Last game he had 27. I expect him to do the same thing in this game, over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I like that angle. He's hit it 3 of the last 5 games. Last game 27, so I expect him to do the same thing again. Rebounds. Let's see. DeAndre Ayton, points and rebounds. Last time he had 31 in this game. That was against Phoenix. This time it's at 27.5. I like the over. Over 27.5 points and rebounds. DeAndre Ayton. Phoenix side. Let's see. See if I see anything on Phoenix that's appealing. KD, 3.5 assists, over 3.5 assists for KD. He's cleared this in 3 of the last 5 games. The last 2 games he only had 3 assists, so he was short by a point. I expect him to clear this number today, over 3.5 assists. So I like that one a lot. Devin Booker. Like this one here, over 26.5 points. He's cleared this number in 3 of the last 5 games. He's actually hit this number in 3 straight games. Devin Booker over 26.5 points. I like that one. That's a good prop. Let's see. So that's it. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. That's all the props in place for this game. Again, good luck to you guys. I hope you guys cash your tickets on these props. My name's Abby. Whether you fit or follow, it's up to you. I just choose and make the picks that I see fit for these props and other plays. I hope you cash your ticket either way. Good luck. Stay blessed. Stay true to yourself. Believe in yourself. Peace. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you tomorrow for the Beat the Number, NBA Morning Edition, where we try to beat the number on the totals, the over-unders, and the point spreads. So see you tomorrow. Take care.